Yo, what's poppin'? All my peeps. It is I, your host with the most Renaissance man who always thinks he always thinks he can. And no, hold on. You gotta there it is. Champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts. Back once again in the yard streams for another edition of Pitts and Sara's Wrestling Show, where we take no nights off. And you can't be taking no nights off without the best of the West you can't forget about. Sarah Marshall was popping, girl.
Big meaty man slapping meat.
Ow.
Hello.
It's just absolute nonsense to kick off this. There he is. God, he just that picture. You know how that people say those theories about when you're in museums and
Yeah,
you
the
follow
eyes
the
follow
eyes,
you.
and that's how I feel.
It's
Sarah,
everywhere.
it's incredible though. I never get tired of looking at it. I'm telling you. What's popping? It's been a wild week to me.
It's busy. I'm very tired.
You tell. Well, I mean, the NFL season's kicking off. You and your
Yeah.
peeps.
And I'm just not sleeping very well. So it's just not a good combo.
It isn't.
It's just like not a good combo.
No, it's not. I mean, it just. God, I just sat down for my day. Well, obviously, not 10 minutes ago, but like 6:30. You know what I mean? Then you come in here, and I couldn't think of a more relaxing way to just sit and just talk nonsense, talk shop. Because it's just like it's soothing. It's very nice. And we're gonna be talking with our peeps. David, what's poppin'? Oh my God, Gunther, distracting. I mean,
Sorry.
Gunther.
I felt it was appropriate.
I think
today.
it is.
Yeah, because I didn't have anybody yesterday or last week, I don't think. It's just because I can't see, and so sometimes it's kind of annoying, and Elton kept falling.
Yesterday.
What?
I thought you had Gunther yesterday.
No, I didn't have anybody yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's where we're like, I might just start sending you figures. And then you have to put on the Thursday show, which obviously Wednesday, but Thursday show, you have to put that wrestler in front.
Okay.
I think that'd be we'll work on it. We'll workshop it. We'll send it to the nonsense execs. I don't know what Ebosh in Berlin, big respond and all in. That's a hell of a poem. That's like a
I know what they're saying. They're saying Bash in Berlin is going to have to respond to All In because All In was like a good show.
All In was fantastic.
Yeah, I think
it did its job.
That is something that I think I saw someone talking about it where they're saying generally the PLEs, pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them in AEW are pretty good. It's usually the weekly shows that are more of like hit or miss, but that usually when it comes to a pay-per-view that they usually are pretty good. I don't know if that's true, but
it is. I can confirm. I have been thoroughly enjoyed 90% of the AEW pay-per-views I've purchased. So
and I think I mean, agree. As we said, All In is kind of treated as if it's like their WrestleMania. So it's like it should be good, So I mean, that's good for them that it's been received as well as it has.
It's nice. I'm pretty sure I did not get everyone correct.
I know I didn't, but I don't remember like every single match.
I forgot to go back. See what I'm saying when you switch. Yeah, I forgot to go back and see.
I just know that I picked Bryan Danielson. So
I know for a fact, hand up, I did that. I picked against him.
Yes, you did.
So
that's my bragging rights
from it. When I drive,
Yeah.
So there's your bragging rights for at least the week.
Yeah.
Because we got Dynamite on tonight. Mariah May's the champion. I need to see All About Eve. I after this whole saga, and actually the BBC wrote an article about the angle between Tony Storm and Mariah May.
Mm-hmm.
I read it. It was pretty interesting, and maybe obviously like the wrestling, yeah. But it made me want to watch All About Eve, and
Mm-hmm.
though not only that one, but those old school Hollywood films.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean,
Get into some
AEW is
Maryland.
doing. I would like to see some Marilyn Monroe. That's what my parents watched.
That's my
That's
queen.
that's how old they are. But it's nice to see AEW do that job where they delivered on another pay per view, and
Mm-hmm.
it benefits the wrestling community as a whole. Because Sarah, as much as they are at odds with the goddamn tribalism, constant civil war, somebody needs to bring the peace. That is our job. All right. So we can agree, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for All In. Now we look forward to this week with pretty much its WWE weekend with
Yep.
No Mercy and obviously Bash in Berlin. Thank you.
Yes.
Bash in Berlin. We're going to talk about it and a lot more. But before we get into that, all right, we got to go to the favorite segment. My favorite segment of the week, at least.
Don't be a lemon, be a rosebud.
Don't be a lemon, Sarah. Be a rosebud. It is time for our lemons and rosebuds of the week. For anyone who is new here, welcome. And lemons and rosebuds are our favorite and least favorite things that we saw in wrestling this week, not just in WWE, not only just in any promotion, but anything that has to do with the beautiful art of sports entertainment that is professional wrestling. So, Sarah, I've been royal rambling here. I want you to tell me what your favorite thing in wrestling was this week, please.
I would say that it is Rosemary showing up in NXT. TNA legend showing up in NXT because we had been talking about how the TNA NXT partnership obviously has been great. We've seen how well it has been working since they started it, but that it's mostly been about Joe Hendry, which of course that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying that we don't love him here. We do, and they're taking advantage of the hype that surrounds him. But we were saying, okay, well, other than him, we saw Jordan Grace, but not really anything else. And we want to see more of WWE talent in TNA, but it looks like we're going to have to wait on that a little bit longer. But they brought out Rosemary. So that is exciting for me because
that was your era of TNA.
Huh?
That was your era of TNA.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was just I'm glad that they're actually like trying to put in effort to bring in more people because as much as entertaining as Joe Hendry is, and obviously he was that again this week, you want to see more of this crossover. You don't want it to just be like one person or, okay, Jordan Grace came in and that was awesome, but like we haven't seen anything since. So I feel like this was the perfect opportunity for them to bring out Rosemary, given the Wendy Chu character evolve. And I don't know. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a cool moment, and I felt like when we sat there and thought about like, okay, what women would they bring over or what other men would they bring over? Like, we didn't even consider Rosemary, but it's like it fits completely. So that was really cool.
What I like about it is it really opens the door that no one is off limits. It feels like I would like to see some TNA vets, maybe not legend, maybe like TNA legends, but like they weren't wrestling TNA specific legends come back. Like I don't know. I would love to see Shark Boy. I don't know why, but I think Shark Boy would be hilarious.
What if we got like the LWO guy?
Oh yeah,
He was DJZ. He just like stops
was.
being Joaquin. What is it?
Joaquin Wild.
Yeah, he just
I
stops
wanna say
being that and
Joaquin
just reverts
Phoenix.
back to like bringing back the lensless glasses and starts DJing.
Yeah, like that's what I want to see in NXT for a little bit, and then bring over the legit NXT stars too. Because here's the thing, NXT stars, like it's a great pop for WWE right now. You know what I mean? But it's better for TNA to be dishing out their talent right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It doesn't make sense for that, like a big name like a Trick Williams, for instance, to go over to TNA right now. I don't see it
Would
logistically.
would
The
you
Wesley would be
is
what?
it because they're not as big as like Braun Breaker or Carmelo Hayes? Is that what you mean? Like when they were in NXT, they weren't
No, I
like
mean
there's
if
no one as big as them yet. I mean,
yeah, it's no one as big as them, and it feels very forced. You know,
yeah,
it feels like it'd be very forced, and you would be only doing it to flaunt
yeah, like to
that you have
crossover.
the part. Yeah, you're flaunting the crossover,
Yeah.
and yes, you could do that, obviously, but it leads to bad decisions in the long run. So you got to be very smart with how you do it, and the way they're doing it is very methodical.
Well, like the Rosemary thing like made sense, like
Yes,
makes complete sense. So, I mean, if that's how they're going to keep going about it, then I think that's fine. Like cuz the thing is like there doesn't have to be a TNA talent on NXT all the time. It doesn't even have to be every month. We could go an entire month without a TNA talent. I think as long as it just like
yeah.
it makes sense. I think right now it makes sense, especially because they are kind of trying to build up this new era of NXT. Because I would say that it's like the post Mellow, post Braun Breaker, post
Mhm,
whatever, like all of these people, that
mhm.
era of NXT, um, which is very similar to what Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes and all of them had to do when they were like on their way to becoming like the top people in NXT. So it definitely benefits them to have these like bigger, well-known names from TNA in NXT to work with. Um, so I mean, if they're gonna keep doing it how they're doing it, then I think that that's the best way to go about it.
Couldn't agree more. I let's keep it going. Let's just keep it the way it is. Let's not get too over the top. My rosebud of the week. It could be a lot of things. I got I it's a it's out there, Sarah, but hear me out. Christian Cage winning the Casino Gauntlet match.
That's controversial apparently.
How
People
come?
hated it. People hated it.
Oh no.
In real time, I
In
did not
real
see
time.
anybody who liked it. I'm not saying that like nobody did, but I'm saying the live reaction, since you were not watching in
I
live
didn't get to I was at
time.
Kenny. Spoiler
Um
alert. I know I always said I wanted to watch it and whatnot, but
but
I was at
for the
Kenny
most
Chess.
part people were really disappointed with it. People said that it was a good match except for the ending. So that's why I'm saying it's like almost kind of controversial for you to say it because people were not happy about it.
Because I like the decision. I don't care.
Yeah.
I it's
Well, you
it's
have that
perfect.
right, obviously.
Obviously, I got the right. Thank you, Sarah, for acknowledging your champ of the peeps. I love this decision because Christian Cage, with anything that he can hold over somebody, is gold on a television. Liquid gold. Okay. He's going to flaunt this around, especially now with Brian Danielson, which I don't know if he is going to defend it. I would like him to go at least a month, but
Do you mean
I
before
think
he
like
drops it?
yeah, and then
You think
goes
he's gonna
off it.
drop it soon?
I think he might tonight say
To be like,
I'm
I just wanted to say I could do it.
exactly, and then
Mm.
it's gonna be a tournament, and
That kind
then
of sucks for Swerve, though. I mean, this is
it
what because
does,
it
it
just because
does,
it's like the argument that I had for why I wanted or why I thought that Danielson was going to win was because of the stipulation being like if he lost he had to leave, and I'm like, okay, well, that
Well, he
being
was
a
he would
thing,
retire.
it didn't make sense just because it's like, no, he's going to want to be able to leave on his own and not have to act like it was a storyline, because that's kind of like a loose end. You know what I mean? Like, people wouldn't like it. They want to be able to be like, okay, he's leaving to get surgery to do this because he wanted to, not because the company is forcing him. Or it just felt predictable for him to lose because, oh, well, he's already talked about surgery, you know? But it would suck if they were like, oh yeah, he's gonna win, get the title, but then, you know, Swerve is gonna lose it after this reign that he had that people loved, and then now they're gonna make it into a tournament. Like, that kind of sucks.
It
But
sucks. It sucks, but I I don't.
it's not uncommon.
It isn't uncommon. I would not be surprised if that happens tonight. Which, circling back to my original point, how incredible would it be if Christian was to cash in on the eventual winner of the tournament? Like, he just
Right after
uses the
they
power
win.
right after. That would be the ultimate Christian move.
Well, then does
What
it
are we
have to be
doing?
someone with daddy issues
I mean, Brian
just to
Danielson's dad.
add to the
Brian
story?
Danielson's dad just die.
I know, but we don't want that. We don't.
Well, no, someone just said that on Twitter, and
Oh.
I was like, guys, we can't. Like, come on, you can't have his first feud after that be something that, like,
I mean,
no,
it would
I mean,
have to be
but
something. It would have to be something he agreed to, and then
oh,
also just
obviously,
tell his kids to not watch because, like, oh yeah, they're gonna be
You
talking about
can't.
grandpa. You know, like,
Dude, that's the beauty of professional wrestling. It's
yeah.
oh my gosh, it's electric, and just All In as a whole. I mean, Will Ospreay winning, it just him winning.
What do you think was the bigger story there? Osprey winning or Garcia turning on MJF?
Oh no, Ospreay winning. Garcia,
Okay.
MJF took Garcia out a while ago, and he took him out with the neck injury. And they said MJF challenged indirectly
To a dance
Garcia.
off?
I saw that live. It didn't happen. He challenged him to a match at All In this year, but then
Mm,
obviously turned on him, whatnot. So then for him to return, I mean, at All In, I love
mhm,
that. I also love like Ricochet's debut. As much as I joke about him being featured on Collision and Rampage, I believe that it is the best for his career at this time, for
mhm.
him to get the most exposure. So I'm all in on it, pun intended. Then Hook just defeating Jericho. Fuck yes. Get off my television.
Yeah, but
Oh,
apparently it's not done yet, according to the internet anyway.
no, of course it's not. All right. So, Sarah, what is your lemon this week?
MGK.
Damn right, preach.
MGK talking ish on Impulsive. Okay, bro. So this clip is going viral from his appearance on Impulsive that is from around SummerSlam. Um, and he's claiming in this video that he had heard Randy Orton was talking shit about him. And he was like, you know what? No, like, that's not cool. And then I get to SummerSlam and I see Randy Orton. And I was thinking, I'm like, okay, I'm going to just like chill and just like be a different person. And then he was like, no. I went up to him and I was like, F you to his face. And all my buddies were like, oh my God. Oh. And I'm like, okay, first of all, how old are you? Let's be real here. How old are you?
You're
Like,
a father.
you're of a teenager at that.
Oh, it's a teenager.
Yeah, she's a preteen or teenager. She's not even a baby. She's literally like a young lady. And
Young lady.
so he's bragging as if he's like a 13-year-old boy, like talking about how he just touched a boob for the first time or something. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to
Hell of a
like
description.
perform for your friends? Secondly, who in their right mind would ever believe that a scrawny ass rapper, former rapper turned rock star,
Pop punk.
went
I'll give
up
him pop punk.
to 290-pound Randy Orton said fuck you, and he left unscathed, and no one else saw it. Can you? This is Randy Orton we're talking about. If this were somebody else, like maybe like The Miz, maybe even John Cena, like you might not hear really anything about it, or they might not react. You know what I mean? Because like they're not
I
known for
think
things
Randy
like
Orton laughed
that.
in his face.
But the thing is Randy
Probably.
responded with an emoji of a growing
Initially.
nose and said that MGK was lying, to which MGK then responded saying like, oh, they're just mad when I speak the truth. And he's claiming that WWE cameras caught it, and why don't you just text me and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, this is so weird. This entire thing is so weird. If Randy Orton was talking shit about you, why do you care? First of all, is your ego so fragile that you needed to just go up to him and cry? Like, I don't get it. And if you were really a man, why wouldn't you just address him directly? That's right. You didn't, because you never did anything. You would never go up to Randy Orton and say anything to him. Like, let's stop. Just stop. This is why I'm saying, like, certain celebrities and stuff like that should just not be allowed to just show up and do whatever. Because what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I just hope that this means that we'll never see MGK around again. Because like, if Randy has anything to do with it, Randy's gonna be like, no. And Kevin Owens got involved, saying that he would team up with Randy against
He
MGK.
powerbombed him off the stage. Do we
Yeah.
not? That was awesome. That's why I love
So,
Kevin Owens.
yeah,
I
so I'm
hate
like,
MGK.
that would be pretty cool if
God,
that
he
happens. But
sucks.
this was just
Eminem
clown
put him
behavior.
in a blender.
Clown behavior.
That's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna go any more into that. Rabouche human. All right. Pitts' lemon of the week. Oh, I saw it in the comments already, and it really is the only issue I have. What the hell are we doing with Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark's team faction name being Pure Fusion Collective?
I know. I don't know how many
Like,
times
this is the
talk
time
about
to
it.
bring it. Like, let's talk about it.
Okay.
What the hell? Like, I don't get it. I don't
don't-
get what that means. I don't like, what does that, is it supposed to be intimidating? Is it supposed to be badass? To me, it just sounds like the enemies of the Power Rangers.
And I think that it kind of brings up like an interesting point, I would say. Like, sometimes trying too hard to be creative is actually bad. And I feel like that's kind of what this is yeah, obviously there are a lot of tag team names or faction names throughout the history of wrestling, so it's not going to be super easy to come up with something that hasn't already been used or doesn't sound super lame. Or not even just in wrestling, obviously we've seen things with other faction names that were used for movies and whatever. Like, you have to be careful. But I also think that when we're thinking about what we're going to name a faction or a tag team, it also should be easy for people to understand, like why this is your name. Even if it's something that they never heard of and you have to search it. Like, if you've never heard of Imperium, okay, what does Imperium mean? But like,
No,
that's
but you get it.
that's a good name. And then once you see what it means, you're like, okay, but Pure Fusion Collective, what does that mean?
New Catch Republic, I got. Because
yeah.
both, like, Republic it sounds very European, foreign, whatnot. They're both part of a republic of some sorts. I understand what they're going for there. I don't understand what they're going for with the Pure Fusion Collective. I don't have much to complain about in wrestling right now, but like, that just, I hate that name. It just feels like nails on a chalkboard.
Well, it feels like they're selling themselves as this like strong, dominant, like no BS group of girls that are just going to annihilate you because they're two of them, at least I don't know about Zoe, but like two of them are former fighters, you know what I mean? Like they know submissions and they're hard hitters, blah 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 blah. Obviously Zoe is known for being a tougher woman on the roster as well. So it's like, why not come up with something that kind of like encapsulates that? Like it doesn't have to be like Strong Girl Collective. I don't mean something dumb like that, but you could also try and come up with something that like defines you in that way, you know, because I'm sure, I mean, there's a creative team that gets paid to come up with stuff like this. And this just is like, I don't get it. Like we said, PFC sounds better, but it's only if you forget what it stands for, you know?
Fusion has multiple definitions, including a process that occurs. Nope, wrong one. There's like nuclear fusion. There's like 5,000 different fusions. What are we fusing?
Yeah.
Know.
Well, I mean, the
I
only thing you can
don't,
say is that they're like coming together as a group, but even then it's like, oh, but
I
yeah,
don't like it.
that's how all randomly put together groups are, you know?
I don't like it, Sarah. I do not like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I don't like, but don't worry, it's fine. That's one of the few
We
things.
should get to some of the other people's rosebuds and stuff because I saw that they listed theirs.
Thank you.
Do you want me to do it?
No, I got it. I got
okay.
it. You know me, I get cycling and you got to force to stop. Yes, Romero. Christian Cage did that to Adam Copeland for the TNT. So that would be, little details, long-term storytelling. Dickies Lemon is the women's division. PFC, yep, PFC. And we haven't seen Lyra or Keon. Yeah, what? Hold on. Skirt a little bit here. Dickie, thank you. I got to go back here. Where the hell is Kiana James?
I didn't think she was ready to be called up. Didn't I tell you that when they called her up? I didn't think it was the
Why don't you think she's ready?
Because I didn't think that she hadn't like fully established herself as like a main fixture on NXT yet. I felt like it was like people knew who she was and she had some good matches or storylines, but I don't know. I'm not saying that everybody has to become like I mean, you know, they don't have to become a Tiffany Stratton, you know what I mean? Like where they're the main girl in NXT or whatever other woman you want to talk about.
Sometimes it's like Becky Lynch wasn't the main girl in NXT.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that, but I do think that she kind of had a gimmick that was a little gimmicky, and that's usually
I disagree. I thought it was very good.
Carrying around a briefcase and stuff.
No, it was like a boss. Like, see, it was good for NXT that could translate. There could be traits from it to translate to the main roster.
What my point is that they didn't elevate it to a main roster level. They just went straight up to her being like, oh, Adam Pearce, like I can help you, like blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, this is just like you need to do more with that type of gimmick to make it like interesting to the main roster viewer. I just didn't think that she was there yet. I'm not saying that she couldn't. I'm just saying I'm not surprised that she's not on TV. Like I saw it coming from a mile away. I just felt like it was going to happen. It's unfortunate though. I'm not disagreeing, but
is it old school thinking of me to see her have a role as Adam Pearce's assistant, or like, I want to say like a better term than assistant because it sounds kind of demeaning, but like an authoritative role that gets her on screen, and because of it, she could have matches.
I don't think that's a bad idea. Like even for SmackDown, if she was on SmackDown, because Chelsea Green, gold shit right there.
Imagine Kiana having to handle her. That's true.
Yeah, because then it's like Nick doesn't want to deal with her. That's one of the complaints from Chelsea is that Nick is never there and Nick never wants to meet with her. So like put her on SmackDown, have her be like another face of, the SmackDown brand.
That is fucking brilliant.
And have her deal with it because her versus Chelsea would be good. So to me, there's opportunity there. Sonya Deville was doing that a while ago too, where she was kind of like a GM, like assistant or whatever.
No, she's a GM.
So I think that that's better than having her sit in catering or not even have her on Raw. Like, I mean,
there's
at least
so much there.
Yeah.
There's so
It
much
is.
there.
Well, and the thing is like
I
it
loved
sucks
it.
when you can sit there and complain about like the Raw women's division when there's a girl like her sitting in the back. You know what I mean? Like there are people who are not being utilized on television and they would be good. Obviously, not everybody can be used every single week, but it is a shame that there's a girl that has talent that could easily be putting on good matches, but she's in the back because they have nothing for her and haven't for months. Like, it's lame.
I don't agree with it. Okay. I want to see Kiana James on my screen. Okay. Get some more comments here. Trade. Ooh. That is a good trade. Belair for Kiana to keep the
Blair,
unholy.
not Belair.
I misread that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was clarifying because I'm like, it's not Bianca.
Blair. Nah.
I mean, I don't hate it, but I mean, I think, yeah.
I
The thing
like
is,
Blair Davenport on SmackDown.
I don't hate that, but I think that it would have to happen once the Unholy Union lose because right now they're on
Fair.
Raw and on SmackDown. So moving Blair doesn't really benefit them, you know, because they can go to SmackDown to be with her anyway.
What's worse, Pure Fusion Collective or Fatal Influence? I like Fatal Influence.
I don't hate Fatal Influence. I do think I don't love the group of
Connection.
girls that they have being the Fatal Influence just because we know what they're compared to, obviously. And so to me, they just like don't match what they're trying to be.
I see an elevated. I see
They're
the
trying,
kind
but
of.
I still don't think
Whoa.
they're like a collective unit yet. Like they haven't all bought into it. Like I want to see what we saw with Mandy, and you know, I want to see all like them matching the vibes. Like it all fit. Right now that's not how it is yet.
No, I like the. I like that they have different styles. I do like that they have different styles. I want to see. I do agree though that it does seem like they are very into themselves and they're bonded by that. I want to see somewhere like they are a unit. That's
that's
all.
what I mean.
I
Like
want
if
to see
they
them
could,
in a trios.
yeah.
Dead
Well,
ass.
because what's the one girl's name that's like the cowgirl or whatever?
Fallon Henley.
Yeah, see,
My
but she's still
girl.
wearing like
My cowgirl.
cowgirl-esque stuff, and I'm like, that's not the vibe. You know what I mean? Like,
But that's her.
but it doesn't fit the group, is what I'm saying. If you're going to make a group, then have it be like the JC Jane vibe, is what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, so okay.
that's what I
Now we're getting
mean.
to a different question.
Oh, jeez.
Now we're getting to a different question.
Okay.
Because the vibe should be who is the leader.
JC Jane.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think there
Yeah.
is one right. It's not JC Jane.
I'm saying
Just because she's a minion.
she would be.
No, Fallon Henley.
No.
Okay.
Regardless, I still think that they should have like more matchy vibes. That's
Let us
all.
know in the
Like,
comments who the leader is.
I mean, I don't pay attention, but
Start
I'm saying
paying
if they
attention.
had
We're
one,
getting
it
there.
should be JC.
We're getting there. We're gonna get you. All right. It's time to give our predictions on Bash in Berlin. I think it's gonna be a good show. I'm very excited to see this.
I'm excited for most of the matches, just not really one, but we'll talk about it.
Okay. I am more excited for this than I have been for the other secondary PLEs over the past year right now. It's to me this is more okay, it's building we're building up to something where the others just felt like secondary shows. You know what I mean? Like you were more excited for like a certain match and then that's it, like Money in the Bank. You know, you weren't excited for the entire card itself. Not, more or less. But I did want to bring this up because we are talking about Bash in Berlin and how it only has 5 matches on the card. And Fightful reported today shorter WWE PLE cards are expected to continue, and WWE are happy with how they turn out. The format has worked for WWE and allows them to stack Raw and SmackDown, which WWE says is especially useful when SmackDown runs in the same city as the PLE. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this, and am on Team WWE with this opinion.
I don't mind the like 5 matches a show in general, but I do think sometimes we should add like another one because I do think some matches deserve to be on the show instead of other ones. Like I hate that the women's matches keep getting put on SmackDown instead of like on the show, or it's like, oh, they'll defend it on Raw and it's like the Monday after the pay-per-view. Like I don't like that because I feel like some of them it's like it shouldn't first of all, it shouldn't always be the women's matches or the like
Well, that's
mid-card
yes.
titles. Like I hate that the United States Championship is like relegated to SmackDown instead of being defended on a PLE. Like I don't know how you're supposed to be elevating that title and then you're only having it defended on SmackDown, but other titles are too big. You know, you can't defend the Intercontinental title on Raw. Like, you know what I mean? Like if we want them to be equal, then that we shouldn't be doing these ones are only on SmackDown or Raw and these ones are only defended on the PLE. That's just my opinion. I also think that it shouldn't be the women's that always get booted because that's just what keeps happening. But yeah, I think it just depends on the show. I think having like a 5 maximum normally is fine because quality over quantity. But I do think it's like there might be some really good storylines going on that maybe you should have a 6th. You know what I mean? Like I think it just will depend. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that it's not like 8-hour shows, but I think if you have
she's
3.5 hours instead of 3
35
is not a
was
big deal.
Was it 35? That was the
Like
8-hour
8,
extravaganza.
I know.
I sat through, thought about this. Never mind. It doesn't matter. I totally forgot it. I brain fart. Whatever. Yeah, those 8-hour pay-per-views were awful. I sat through one, the 8 hours into 12. It was awful. But let's just start off with this one. Okay. Gunther, the hometown guy. It's probably going to be a main event, to be honest with you.
It
So
should be the main event.
It really should be.
I really wouldn't be surprised if they put Cody last, but I hope it's not. I feel like Cody doesn't need to be the main event every single time. But
I believe in Cody Rhodes that he would be the bigger man and pull a John Cena and be like, no,
yeah,
you're going to take that main event. It's your home territory.
Well, and they're
Well,
still
no,
probably going to have a good match anyway, which we'll get to. But
which will obviously. Oh, I like that. Cody will open. I would love that. Would be a hot way to start the crowd. Let me tell you.
Well, I think okay. So anyway, I think Gunther's winning this. I feel like there's absolutely no reason for him not to win this. It would be a complete disaster if they actually had his first title defense be a loss. And it's like, yeah, there's no one better to lose to than Randy Orton, but not like 3.5 weeks after you won your first world heavyweight title. You know, no. So it has to go to the hometown guy. Like there's no other answer, honestly.
No, there's no yeah. I'm not going to sit here and
Well, that's
yield
the
to
thing. There's like nothing else to say.
Yeah, no, yield to redundancy. Like I would love to sit here and bicker and whatnot I just am not. I'm not going to do it because you're right. There's no other result. And if you really do think of that, well, I just got two words for you. Too bad. Okay, moving on. Is this the one that you're excited for?
I'm excited, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm trying to pick the one you're not excited for.
Oh, okay.
Okay, obviously we were excited for that one. You're excited for this one, Sarah, because it's part 2 of the CM Punk Drew McIntyre saga. This time they're going to be facing off in a strap match. Unfortunately, due to the rules of a strap match, they have to touch all 4 corners to win. I'm not gonna lie, Sarah. I'm excited for the match because of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But goddamn, did we really need that stipulation? Like it's so WWE. Because what this match really is a dog collar match. It was started off as a variation of a dog collar match, which that would be the more appropriate stipulation, but WWE. And those matches are sick, okay? And it would make sense for the type of blood feud that they got going here. With a strap match, it's still going to be good. I'm very excited to watch it unfold. However, like, I'm already looking forward to part 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just like I hate to say it, but it's more like I'm ready for it, but I'm rambling now. I'm excited for it. I think CM Punk. Oh, who won the first, Drew? I think Punk wins this one.
Yeah, I'm excited for the match just because I feel like they need to have another match for this feud. But I'm not thrilled with the stipulation. I get that they are probably going to have a match at Bad Blood, and then that one's going to be a Hell in a Cell or something that's going to be like, potentially more bloody or violent, whatever. So that's why, you don't want the stipulation for Bash in Berlin to be like too extreme, because you don't want people to get tired of this feud before what you assume to be the finish at Bad Blood, or at least close to it, So yeah, I think it's going to be a good match, but I'm not excited about that part. And I also think it's going to be CM Punk, because I think Drew is going to win the feud in general. And then this also just gets Punk to shut up about his bracelet. So, I'm good with that.
Do we see Punk getting back the bracelet?
Well, that's kind of part of this match too. It was like he gets his bracelet back. So I assume so. I think they need to end that. They need to end
it. What's the third? Okay, you think it's just okay?
Well, because I get it. Like, yeah, it's good stuff for Drew. Like, it's easy to use that to antagonize Punk, but it's also like there's only so much you can do with that. That I feel like, okay, he's done it. There's other ways that he can try and figure out to like trigger him and whatever. I don't think we need to do the bracelet thing anymore. That's just me, but
I want CM Punk to get the bracelet back.
Yeah, I just want him to shut up about it. That's my main thing.
I want him to just friggin' get it back, and then have them just hate it. Like, I just don't. Yeah. What
like I said, what would be really cool is if Drew replicated it and gave him the fake one or whatever.
That would be funny. I wanted to bring this up because I was on the side of it needs to be a Hell in a Cell. Last Man Standing would be a good plan B.
It
needs to be Hell in a Cell to really okay.
No, I would prefer Last Man Standing to I Quit. Is what I mean.
Yes, I would rather not.
We just had an I Quit match with AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes, and that disappointed me. So, and kind of a Last Man Standing match is like so similar to it anyway.
It's so similar. There's just no microphone. The only issue I could see with Punk McIntyre 3 not being a Hell in a Cell is if they don't want to do 2 Hell in a Cell matches at Bad Blood and Rhea Liv gets Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. But I also think that it's not a bad idea to have one for men and one for women, though. You're already
I'm fine with that.
Have the cage, so
yes, I'm so on. That's a win-win-win in my eyes. Everyone wins.
Yeah.
But I am trying to think how they would see it, and
yeah, no,
it's WWE.
Like, I think any of those stipulations would be fine. I mean, I would prefer not an I Quit. But
no, because there's no reason. There's no like I Quit has to have meaning to the story. The Last Man Standing makes sense because these two have been going at it until, and then you wanted to end it until someone can't get up and go back at it.
Yeah,
it's the little details, guys.
And I need it to be Drew. I don't care what it is. Drew.
I will agree with you there.
Okay, finally.
CM Punk doesn't need to win. So he doesn't need to win the feud. Am I going to be happy if he does win the feud? But he doesn't need to.
I know, because he's already won. Basically, you already won. You got your revenge 3 times, brother.
All right. I don't want to talk about Hulk Hogan, please. Not on this show. All right. What's next? Yes, I do want to talk about this guy. my guy Kevin Owens taking on the undisputed,
My guy.
your guy. Yeah, we're feuding.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Uh,
KO Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. Let's not. This is we obviously know who's gonna. All right, we know
Yeah.
who we're gonna say.
yeah.
Kevin Owens. So because of that, so because of the obvious result of Cody winning it, do we? It begs the question: do we see this being the KO turn?
yeah.
Because there's been teases, and I get sometimes how there's just teases, and it's more so for the fans to play that game with you and toe the line, and then if they don't end up turning, well, good. It's a character arc. However, in this case, Cody needs to feud with a just kind of an asshole, just an awful person, aka the best heel. Kevin Owens is top 3 best heels in the company went on. Maybe top 2 and not 2.
Yeah, I think SmackDown needs another heel or a heel in general. And I think that they have so much history and there's so much story to be told there. I mean, going all the way back to WrestleMania and feuding with the Bloodline and whatever. Like there's a lot that makes sense for this to happen. And I think that maybe it probably won't happen until like mid-match or something, you know what I mean, which I think makes it even better. And they keep teasing it anyway because there was an interview with them and like Cody said something about how like, oh, he didn't think he didn't want it or whatever, and Kevin's like, no, I never said I didn't want it. You know, so it's like it's already there's still more tension there. So, as we've said before, Kevin could kind of be like, okay, you didn't think that I was a good opponent. Like, you kind of just thought I was a charity case, or you overlooked me. You didn't take me seriously, or you weren't, you kept getting me involved in this bloodline stuff, blah, 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 blah. Like, there's so much that he could go off of there. But I also think that Kevin Owens is enough of a tweener that he could even just be heel for this and then just be like, I'm sorry, it was a one off. Well,
I didn't
and then
realize I wanted the title. Or,
yeah, like it could be easy switch back. So but I do think that this needs to happen.
I was watching SmackDown last week, and all I kept saying to myself when Kevin Owens was on the screen was just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like the Sith Lord, just do it. Do it. Do it. Like, just come on. Like, it's so there. And when Kevin Owens is a heel, he's at his best. It's incredible. Oh,
It just would
it.
would
I
benefit
need
Kevin
it,
so
Sarah.
much right now because Kevin is like kind of just skating around doing nothing
Doing
right now. I mean, he's on
He's just
TV and being
living.
entertaining, but like there's only so many times that he can beat up A-Town Down Under for it to not be fun anymore, and Cody needs like a legitimate feud because he really hasn't had a legit feud since he became champion other than AJ Styles, but even that, it was like AJ left after the last time, so it's like it didn't even get to continue. But we know that Kevin will be on SmackDown every week, just like Cody, so there's a lot of potential here. And Cody could end up defending it at Bad Blood in some sort of crazy stipulation match too, which would be great.
Yeah. I just put that together. Like Kevin Owens is Bad Blood. Yeah.
Yeah, because again, Kevin can say he's been feeling this way about Cody and it's been built up, whatever.
I did it.
Yeah, it's
I
like
did what you did.
similar to Finn Balor being like, "Oh, I've been planning this and whatever,"
I can't wait for that matchup.
Oh my god, don't.
You know what? You know what? Sorry, you already teased the Prince. Let's talk about his minions going at it. The Terror Twins, Damian. Hold on. We got to do this for the video.
Daddy Dom.
And I'm just gonna do this. I'm missing a match. I deleted a banner. I deleted the Unholy Union, so I will have to redo that. But yes, Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, the Terror Twins, taking on Liv and Daddy Dom. I got Daddy Dom. I got Liv and Daddy Dom winning this.
I have the Terror Twins.
Okay.
Or you know what? Actually, no. I have a
All
DQ.
right, fuck you.
I have a
Just
DQ.
no. Come on.
Okay, let me say this. Either it ends in a DQ to set up their individual, for Liv versus Rhea at Bad Blood and Finn versus Damian at Bad Blood. Or if that isn't an option because people get so mad about it, then I think the Terror Twins win.
I
reason
would rather you
I
say
hope
the Terror Twins win. Like
I
I get it. That's
I
your
hope
opinion.
I'm wrong because my thing
Oh.
is I feel like if Liv and Dom win, that makes me concerned about Bad Blood just because they usually do not have people like do stack wins on PLEs, like unless you're Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, whoever, like unless you're at that status, like you're not. Usually it's like a flip flop, like, oh, he won. Now this guy won. Now he won. So it would just concern me a little bit if Liv and Dom won for Liv and Rhea at Bad Blood. Because I think Liv needs to remain champion. So I don't want to see Rhea win. I also am already prepared for Damian to beat Finn because God forbid we did anything great for Finn. So it's not coming. No, they're gonna have Damian win because he is the savior right now. He was abandoned by his family. He lived in his car. He was homeless. Oh my god!
You sound like the man in front of you. All right.
Sure.
You sound exactly like him.
Yes.
Verbatim.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. It's like he's becoming like one of those people that's like untouchable, where you like, he has to win all the time.
Daddy Dom's gonna pin him.
I mean, that would be sick. If you ask me.
Yeah, Finn interfered to set up their match at Bad Blood. Dom gets a win. Like
that I'm okay
that's
with.
Awesome.
That's
that's
as long as everything goes the way that we hope it goes, then to set up for Bad Blood, and that's fine. As long as we keep seeing Liv and Dom, as long as we can get back to the focus mostly being, Liv is the champion. Like I want to get back to that. I just want her to be champion for a while. I want this stuff to keep going. Her and Dom. It doesn't even have to be with Judgment Day, or versus the Terror Twins. Like they can move on and do other stuff. As long as that is what's in the cards, then I don't care what happens. So
let's ride. Let's manifest our destiny.
Just Daddy Dom and Liv.
I want to see it happen. That would be just so
I'm obsessed.
I want to see Daddy Dom win. Get the pin over Damian. That crowd would boo the living shit out of him. Can't wait.
It's still so insane to me, honestly, because it was like no, it's like 4 weeks ago, a month ago. People did not give a crap about Damian, right? Like they were still just kind of like, because he was kind of going in between or whatever. All it took was like one little thing for everybody to decide that they loved Damian. You know what I mean? And it's like, now it works.
Emotions.
It's like, it's just crazy. I mean, I think it shows you that they did a good job, obviously, because the whole plan was to turn him babyface. So I'm not saying anything like that, but I think it does show you how fickle fans are and how like quickly you can manipulate them.
Are you talking about the fickle pickles?
Yeah.
That are out there?
Mm-hmm.
The fickle pickles. All of you. Nathaniel, it's not if, it's
no.
Yeah, it's what are you talking about? Rhea's gonna hit Dawn with a riptide.
I guess, but I still don't like it because it can't
happen.
Why? Because it can't happen the other way around.
I mean, okay.
That's what I don't like about it.
I will keep that there, and we will move on to Ramiro, who made a good comparison.
He was talking to somebody. I think his response.
I know, but this is a good comparison. I wanted to bring it to light. It's a very good comparison analogy. Because I Quit, Last Man Standing is very similar how like an ambulance match is to a stretcher.
Well, I don't think that's what he was saying, but
yes, it is.
I don't think so. He was responding to Richard.
It's my show.
Okay.
It's our show. So I brought it back because I accidentally deleted it. Yes, the champ can make some mistakes. It's okay. But we brought it back. We need to talk about the women's tag team championship match between the Unholy Union, Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn, taking on Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I know this is the one I'm torn. I like it weirdly. This is the one that I'm like, I have no friggin' idea.
It's hard because this feels kind of like a forced match, as we kind of talked about, where it's like they haven't been doing anything with Alba and Isla, but now they're going back to Europe, so it's like we got to have them on the card. So that's what it feels like to me. But as I said, I kind of I love the Unholy Union, but I feel like they need to put the titles back on Jade and Bianca, because then you know that these girls are going to be on TV every single week. And you're going to remember that there are women's tag team titles. And because I want the women's tag team division to be better, they need to be on TV, and you need to know that they're going to be on TV every single week. And we know they're not going to go multiple SmackDowns or Raws not having Bianca and Jade on TV. So to me, that's what makes the most sense, which sucks for Alba and Isla, but we've seen that they've virtually gone invisible since they won at Clash of the Castle. So, yeah.
Wow. Spoiler. I have no idea. I agree with what you're saying. I also see Jade and Bianca being built up to be this superpower. So, super team. So I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna go Jade and Bianca.
Okay.
Who's your pick?
Jade and Bianca.
Okay. There we go. All right, that's our predictions. All right, let us know what you think. Do you agree in the comments below? Okay, because we got to move on now to the pinfall. The 1, 2, 3 counts. Starting off with something that we were gonna bring up yesterday, but we thought it was more appropriate for this show because there was a rumor. Sarah, you know what? You just say it because you can explain it better than I can. I'll ramble.
WrestleVotes, which is a faceless account who claims to have inside knowledge. I just got to preface that because he is not like an accredited source like the dirt sheets that everybody knows about.
Mm-hmm.
He claimed that WWE talent or higher ups, whatever, had a meeting, and in the meeting it was revealed that WWE were planning on moving the PC from Florida to Vegas. Fightful then came out and said WWE is denying this. This was never said, blah, blah, blah. WrestleVotes came back and said, just check with my source. And they still said it was happening, that it's not something happening immediately, but it is still a plan. And people were like, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. I got attacked because I said it made no sense. And yeah, so the rumors are still there that they might be moving to Vegas. My take on it is that's dumb. I think that you should keep the PC that you built in Florida, which is I don't know, a lot more central for people to travel to. It's a tourist destination, so like NXT is like always has an audience. It's a lot cheaper to live there and to pay the talent. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to build another PC in Vegas, because we know like there's going to be talent that want to be closer to LA or whatever for other opportunities that are there. And then of course UFC is like headquartered in Vegas, so it makes sense that TKO would want to have like their brands like located together. But that's a different thing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think, because then people started mentioning like, oh, it makes sense because NXT is going on the road. What are we talking about? Like, if that's
That has
true,
nothing to do with
I
it.
know. I don't know how one in that what is okay. WWE is still like
1
headquartered.
and 1 makes 3, Sarah.
Yeah, it's like WWE is still headquartered in Stamford, Connecticut. Just because Raw and SmackDown go on the road doesn't mean that they move. You know what I mean? Or like NXT is going to be headquartered in Florida, no matter if they travel around the country. So I don't understand that
It
there.
makes
But yeah, the only thing I could see happening is that they're going to open another facility. They are
Yeah,
not
that's what I
going
was gonna
to
say, is that
shut down what they already built
no,
when
they're
they've
gonna
been there for
open something
decades.
else. They're gonna open something else. And it doesn't it when we say something else, it doesn't have to be a performance center. It can just be a facility. It can just be something to help scout West Coast talent, or
Hmm.
when they're on the road, they have somewhere to go. Like, to me, this felt like a report that was talked about as a future idea. Like a let's build towards this eventually happening between the years 2028 and 2030. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
and it just got leaked.
Yeah.
That's what it just seems to me, is like a leaked story of something that is probably going to happen at some point. Like that's what
Or
didn't
it could've
surprise
just
me when I
been an
saw it. I was like, oh,
idea.
this makes sense.
Yeah, it could have just been an idea that they had talked about, you
But
know?
they're not moving the entire performance center. That
And
is just
well, and people don't realize
ridiculous.
how much money it would cost to build another facility to then like sell the old
Because
one to then move all of the staff
yeah,
and the
no,
talent to
no,
Vegas
hire
because
new staff.
or no, I'm saying if they completely
Oh, and
moved.
shut it.
Yeah, if they shut it
Yeah,
down and move to Vegas, it just doesn't make
yeah.
sense like
No,
financially at all.
it
Um
does not.
and obviously it's more expensive to live in Vegas. So that's another thing that doesn't really make any sense. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of factors don't make sense. It feels like another thing that I had an issue with that I've said to you is I get the TKO Endeavor connection, whatever, but I also think that WWE shouldn't be forced to try and become more of a company like UFC. There's a reason why they're separate entities and people watch one and people watch the other, or there are people who watch both. However, people appreciate their differences. We don't need to keep trying to force WWE to look or feel more like UFC. It just doesn't make sense. And by doing this, having them move to Vegas or having them using the UFC Apex, like it's just stupid. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but heal the redundancy. Uh, all right, 2. Sarah, we're building here. Obviously, it's time to implement something that I want to keep in the rotation of fun 1, 2, 3 count topics. 20 questions. Everyone knows the game, okay? But Sarah, we're gonna make it themed, and this theme of the week is European wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
So look one up if you need to. Think of one right now, and I'm gonna try to guess who you are trying to think of.
Okay. I already have one.
All right, male or female?
Are 20 questions, is it allowed to be those kinds of answers or only yes or no?
Oh, it's only yes or no. Damn it, you're right.
That's what I
Okay,
thought.
is it a boy or
Yeah.
man?
Yes.
All right, it's a man. Are they Italian?
Yes.
All right, Giovanni Vinci.
No.
Oh, is it Giovanni Vinci? So no, that's 3. All right, Italian. Are they active?
No.
Oh. Oh, okay. Um, have they been a champion?
A champion? Yes.
A champion. Um, do they hold a record?
No.
Oh, I'm still gonna guess it. Is it Santino Marella?
No.
Oh, Italian. Oh, were they known for being on SmackDown?
Yes.
All right. Why
I
am
mean,
I blanking?
yeah.
Did they wrestle in the early 2000s?
Yes.
Okay. Why am I blanking on it? Chuck, is it Chuck Palumbo?
No.
Oh fuck. Oh my god, we're
You have
really
10 more.
Okay. Italian. Should I know who this person is?
Yes.
Oh god.
Do not look at the comments because if anyone's telling you, that's not fair.
I'm on the banners.
Okay. Okay, no one's saying anything anyway.
I don't think these people, they're not helping the champ here, which is really tough.
So 11.
Oh, were they in a tag team?
Yes.
Oh fuck. Okay. Oh god. You said early 2000s?
Mm-hmm.
Oh fuck. Okay. Is it Nunzio?
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Finally.
Oh my god, thank God. All right. I am going
I'm
to
not
think
that
of
good at this
one.
game, so I'll probably get 20 questions.
I'm going random here.
Okay, but that makes it difficult.
I won't go too crazy for you.
I didn't think mine was that crazy. I felt like the fact you said Italian, I was like, oh, he's already gonna figure it out.
Okay, I got one.
Okay. Oh, I have another one, but that's okay.
Yeah, I have one.
Okay, is it a male?
It is.
Is he active?
No, not an active wrestler.
Hmm. Does he have an accent when he
Yes.
talks?
Yes.
Is it Vladimir Kozlov?
It is not.
Dang it. I feel like I should just guess.
That was your first guess. Vladimir Kozlov off the rip is kind of.
That was going to be my next wrestler if I got to do it again.
Oh.
All
right, you don't look at comments either, okay?
No, I just saw David said FBI, so he figured it out. Full-blooded Italians. I felt like that was why it was obvious when you're like, is he Italian? I'm like, I'm not gonna pick Giovanni Vinci. I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, yeah. I was still stuck in the quicksand of the current product.
Okay. Was he during the Attitude Era?
Yes.
Ruthless Aggression Era?
Technically, yes.
Do you know how many I have? Is that 5?
That is 5.
Okay. Was he ever cruiserweight champion?
No.
WWE champion?
No.
Does he have brown hair?
Yes. I would get brown. Yeah, I would get brown hair. You got a couple questions within your questions that you already asked. If that helps. Because you asked.
Was he a manager?
Okay,
if you're thinking that hard, it's not who I think it was.
No, it's not manager.
Was he in a tag team?
Yes, he's been in a few, yes. I'll help you out. He's been in
I have no idea who this is.
He was in one notable one that was kind of. No, F that. He's been in a couple. He was in one known one, but yeah, in a couple. But not. I'll give you a hint too. He's not known for being a tag team wrestler.
It doesn't help because I still have no idea who it is.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
You're at 10. You can do this.
Was he on Raw?
Yes. Yeah, he was more known for being on Raw.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh my gosh. I don't know. You want to know who my guess was until you said no?
Keep guessing. Who?
Rico. Uh,
You look
yeah, that's why I was like, was he
so good to
um
me. Ooh,
um
my baby.
okay,
Ooh, my
was
baby.
he ever European champion?
Yes. Now we're getting somewhere. That's 12.
Is it British Bulldog?
Warmer, but no.
Uh,
13.
William Regal.
Yes. 14.
Yay!
Fuck yes.
Woohoo!
Let's go. Good shit,
Yay!
Sarah. Good shit.
I was trying to like, what am I missing? What am I
I was
missing?
you were missing a few. Once you said European champion, because you said cruiserweight, and I was trying to be like
That
no quick.
that's
So then
why
you're
I
gonna
was
say
saying because
cruiserweight.
Nunzio was a cruiserweight champion. I was like, all right, if he's cruiserweight, he's small. So that's why I was trying to like eliminate
Yeah,
that from my brain.
that's good. All right, we'll see what comes up next week or next time. And then 3 to wrap it out. Sarah, it's Wednesday. It's not usually the time we usually do the show. Usually at this time, I'm traveling the Nonsense Galaxy with you on your journey through it in the NWF. For anyone who's not playing along, kayfabe at home, it's when I play WWE 2K24, my career mode, and I play the female storyline where I created Sara as the bad gal, and we're a wrestler, and I'm the manager. So we didn't do it obviously because it's Wednesday and we're recording anyways. Probably do it tomorrow. And I thought it'd be a good time too because we have a lot of streams already done, some videos up on the tube of you, and then more that I have to edit. So we've done a lot of it, and I just want to get what's going on with you. You know, the person behind the character. You know, you've been through a lot, Sarah. You were.
I was possessed.
That's the word I was looking for. You were possessed for quite some time. Like that was crazy. How you feeling after that?
Relieved.
Relieved.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It
Well,
look,
I
you look
mean,
different.
it was a weird time, but I still won. I still kicked ass
You did. You conquered your demons. All right, and it
with
was
the demon.
incredible. With a demon, like you were possessing people left and right. Poor Natalia and Caden Carter. No,
We don't care.
that was Katana Chance. Okay, well, yeah, that was a tough time. But then recently, you were in a Hell in a Cell match with China.
Yeah.
All right,
Mm-hmm.
like, is she one of the Is she one of the goats?
This is such a weird conversation because I feel very conflicted on this subject.
What's
honestly,
the bad gal think?
Hmm?
What's the bad gal
Oh,
think? Maybe
yeah.
not. Let's.
Yeah.
We don't
She
have to do
is.
you. Yeah, we don't have to
Yes,
say you right now. But
she
you can
helped
say the
pave
bad
the
gal.
way for, like more hard hitting, bigger, muscular
Tougher.
women. And it
Yeah.
wasn't just about, wearing bikinis and doing lingerie matches and that kind of stuff, even though she did participate in some of that, obviously, because of the time.
It's
But
a bit.
yeah, no, I mean, there's a reason why like Rhea Ripley's exist, so
That was incredible to watch. Then your friend Psycho Sally is fucking hilarious. All right. Like the fact that I got a bone to pick with you. All right. You gotta give me notice when you stick me with Sally in NXT. All right. I am a main roster talent. All right. Look at this. You see this? This belongs on the main roster. Why am I down in Orlando? Or in this universe, maybe it's Vegas. We don't know.
No, it's Orlando.
It's Orlando and every.
Because sometimes I just need a break. You
need to do your own thing.
Yeah.
Go hang out with Geneva.
Yeah.
Convene over there.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. It's Sarah. I'm not gonna lie. It's so much fun doing that. It's so much fun doing Bad Gal stream. And I'm gonna get those videos up. And to like seriously, for anyone who hasn't tuned in, like it's one of the story mode itself is very good, and it's something that I've been craving in WWE video games for a while. That it's actually something I want to play through. The male side right now is just getting pretty plain because you're going up against Roman Reigns. You're just feuding with the bloodline.
Yeah.
All right, like I've seen it. I don't want to
finish
do
the
it.
story.
Well, in that, my guy Peep Peep Deep, Cody beat us.
Oh.
Okay. And
Well,
then,
what is he, like a 99 or something in the
he
game?
beat us in War Games,
Mm.
but then I'm pretty sure we beat him. Now we're the double champ. So I haven't played in a while. I have no idea what's going on with him because I've been so invested in the Bad Gal and then my other sports on the Nonsense Sports Network. So yeah, go tune into that, subscribe, and hit the twitch.tv/Nonsense Sports Network. And while you're subscribing to things, just subscribe below. All right, just subscribe, hit that bell notification as well to know when we go live. All right. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun here. We thank all our peeps, our loyal peeps. Even the fickle pickles out there, we thank you all for tuning in each and every week. We'll be back. Do we know when we're doing I don't know if we're doing.
It depends on how Bash in Berlin goes. That's how it is. Like if we feel like we have some strong opinions about it or something, like maybe we'll
Need
be
to
here
get on.
Saturday night just because it's an earlier
Mhm.
show. I mean, it's at 10 a.m. for me. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it just depends. Because pretty soon I'm not gonna be able to do Sundays because
You're
football.
not. No,
So,
you can't. You can't. You
yeah.
gotta go cover
Gotta go do
the greatest football franchise, greatest sports franchise in history. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying
Mhm.
out there. So you gotta go cover them. But yeah, that's when you know when we go live. Follow us on all social media platforms in the links in the descriptions below. I mean, click those links. We thank you all once again for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you can do it. All you gotta do is try. See you next time. Peace.